What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report, as well as Joe Boo's day job, as well as cooking and tailgating with Joe Boo. It is Sunday. It is a holiday weekend. I hope everybody is having a great day. And I'm excited because next Sunday, right now, a week from today, we'll be getting ready to start doing our live stream, our first live stream of the season. We'll be watching the Eagles going against the Lions and the Washington Commanders going against the Jags, and I can't wait. So this morning I'm actually doing some cooking and stuff, and if you're doing, having parties, home gating as they call it, definitely check out my other channel, Cooking and Tailgating with Joe Boo, because I'm beginning to put, the game day recipes and ideas and stuff on there for you guys to be able to try some different things that we do. I also have playlists on here as well, because you may want to try some of these great things that we do. Today I'm doing my famous chicken pasta that almost got me on TV. Anyway, I got to run out and pick up some more stuff for that and do a little bit more work on my man cave outside, because I want it to be perfect. I literally want that mother humper to be perfect, and so that's what I'm working on now. But one of the great mysteries to me is yesterday I was working outside. It was like 90-some degrees, right? My wife got me a cup of ice water, right? And I ran out of mulch, went back to the store with ice water, and the ice, I drank all the water, so there's nothing but ice left. And if you've ever had one of these things, this is a mystery to me, because it's not like when you have like a big gulp from 7-Eleven, the ice will melt, and at least you got some more water to drink. That shit didn't melt. So here it is, a day later, there's still freaking ice in here. How does that shit happen? Ice don't last that long in my cooler. Anyway, I forgot my stuff. Cold. It's a great mystery. I don't understand it. Anyway, the other great mystery is, to me, is the predictions game, the forecast, the outlooks that you always get from the talking heads. Listen, the NFL is unpredictable. You really don't know what the hell's going to happen. I mean, let's be clear here. You can think that you know what's going to happen. You can look at all the data and everything else, but it truly means nothing. Because understand, half of the teams that made the playoffs on average last year won't make the playoffs next year. Think about the Cincinnati Bengals going into last year this time. There was talk of, this is it for the coach. This is his last chance to prove something. They've been a disappointment, and they go to the Super Bowl. I dare say the year that the Eagles went to the Super Bowl, I hate to say it, I honestly hate to say it, but they were the last place in the division and ended up going to the Super Bowl. But yet, knowing this data, understanding that this is what happens, they automatically say the teams last year that went to the playoffs are the best teams this year and are the teams that are going to be the favorites. Listen, of course, look at the teams that they already have the favorites. Of course, the Super Bowl champions. The Rams can repeat. Hello. It's been almost 20 years since somebody's repeated as Super Bowl champions. It's been almost 20 years since somebody. Yet, they're the Super Bowl favorite. The 49ers typically are good one year and terrible the next. Yet, 49ers, great team. Tampa Bay, who seems to have kind of gotten off their peak from when they won the Super Bowl the year before, and understanding that the further away you get from the Super Bowl, usually the worse you get. You start going downhill, and that was the first cycle of Tampa Bay going downhill was last year. You start looking at this year, already the multitude of injuries that they've already had with the offensive line. I know Tom Brady is great, but you got to have an offensive line in front of you. As bad as we look at ours, right now, they are literally a mass unit. I look at Tampa Bay taking another little step down backwards. Aaron Rodgers. If you say that the Cowboys are going to stink because they lost Amari Cooper and Cedric Wilson, then you have to say the same thing for Green Bay, who lost Devontae Adams. And so you look at this, and of course the Eagles now, who did make the playoffs last year, not beating a single playoff team, only beating one team with a winning record, those are the teams that you listen to right now that are playoff favorites in the NFC. The Cowboys, they kind of have on the outside looking in, they're saying the Cowboys are kind of falling, but those are the teams that were the playoff teams last year that they automatically say are playoff teams this year. Statistics will show half of those guys won't make the playoffs this year. Every year. It does. Yet they still do the same thing. Now here's another interesting thing. The Eagles may have gotten now the curse of death. After the Cowboys losing Tyron Smith, they've looked at the Cowboys and said they've sustained too many losses. They will suck. Right? Tyron Smith is gone. Lyle Collins, Connor Williams, are gone. Randy Gregory are gone. That they will get worse. Here's the interesting thing. The kiss of death, actually, in the NFC East, is that same thing that happens every year with playoff teams. Every year, they automatically say the team that won last year is going to repeat until this year. This year, they're looking at the Eagles, who are still bringing in players left and right as we sit 1 week from the start of the season, that have to learn how to play together. They're picking them, which is different than usual because usually it's the team that wins the division that they pick. Don't believe me? Okay, let me give you an example. Let's go back a couple years. Last year, they were picking the Washington Commanders. They said, oh my God, that defense that they had last year, it was incredible. Teams won't be able to run on them. Now, they've gotten Ryan Fitzpatrick. He's not a great quarterback, but he's an improvement. He will be good enough to drive the bus with Antonio Gibson and stuff there, and Terry McLaurin. That team is loaded, coming off of the division championship. I kind of said, well, that championship was kind of a paper championship because, Dak wasn't there. And what happened to the Washington Commanders? That won the division at 7-9. They went 7-10 the next year. Year before that, it was the Cowboys. We won the division. Hey, the Cowboys, they're built good. They finally got it together. Dak Prescott. Dak gets injured. Season goes down the toilet. Enter the Washington Commanders. The year before that, it ended up being the Eagles that won. When the Cowboys, of course, had won it the year before, and they thought the Cowboys they finally got their stuff together. This is the pattern that always happens until now. Now, the Cowboys, who were the division champions, they're not picking to repeat. They're picking now the Eagles. The Eagles now have the spotlight on them. They got a cake schedule. We do too. We both have a cake schedule. But I'm not ready to go ahead and give up on the Cowboys season because the Cowboys have some incredible players on that roster. As the Eagles are excited about signing a running back that's got 167 yards and telling us that Zeke Elliott is done, who still had over 1,200 yards from scrimmage on one leg, you might want to get your head examined on that one. Because we also have a Tony Pollard. As you guys try and get A.J. Brown on the same page as Jalen Hurts, we've already got CeeDee Lamb on the same page with Dak Prescott and finally having a full offseason to work together. We've got who may be a generational type of a player who's hungry in Micah Parsons on that defense. And we have a great defensive coordinator who took shit and made shit shine. So as you go through and you come up with all these predictions about how bad the Cowboys are, the Cowboys still have a lot of playmakers on that team. They have a lot of really good players. They have a lot of good role players. And this whole thing of, I saw an article that was how the Cowboys would go 6-11. Sorry, I'm not buying into that one. I believe the Eagles just got the curse of death. All right, good people. I hope you're having a great Sunday morning. I'm out and about getting stuff done, and I love it. I love life, and I love staying busy. Appreciate y'all. Peace.